that they've met.
Yeah, probably.
So.
They both have a lot of experience in this matchup. Probably, Jonny having, probably having some experience playing Jace in DFW. Ray and Corpus dealing against Rush, who used to play Roy, and I'm pretty sure you get your fair share of Roy's pretty much everywhere you go.
There's a couple. I don't think we don't really have any standout. At least in the Austin San Marcos area, we don't really have any like super standout Roys that come to mind. But I mean Ray. I mean it's Roy, right? I feel like you've got a good basic understanding of how this is supposed to work. I am surprised Jonny is starting with the Roy. I guess probably just for that better rush down compared to like your Sephiroth or your Chrom being able to get those super early kills if Ray gives them to you.
Absolutely, we saw that earlier. Like as soon as Ray wants to set up the Phantom, you can set it up depending on the charge time, and you're forced to kind of just sit back and wait for the option. So opting to go for the Roy, like you said, to kind of just rush down, not even give Ray a chance to set those up. So so far though, misses the Jared a little bit, but gets a reversal of fortune right there.
Yep.
Gotta watch your confirms right there, sir. Absolutely.
The horrendous hard DI out by Ray, and then a great awareness to get that reversal too. Jonny, of course, not allowing any breathing room for Ray, just closes it right up with that F tilt.
Yeah, absolutely, and takes advantage at the low percent. Can commit a little bit more once the Phantom is set up. Isn't as afraid as opposed to whether you're at 60, 70, 80%. So really good awareness right there from Jonny. But yeah, Ray talks about a lot about his positioning at the ledge with the Phantom, depending on the charge, where he is actually on the ledge as well. And I think he clipped his jump right there, and that's going to be it. Din's Fire going to take the second stock right there. Good showing right now so far from Ray.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, and he's doing a great job. That's just capitalizing, like you said, using that placement, displacing the Phantom to ensure that. But the jab into the side B, I mean, that ideal, perfect timing. Great capitalization there by Jonny. That stock got deleted. 2 stocks per minute, man. It hasn't even been 2 minutes yet.
I know.
These two are just swinging at each other.
High octane, fast-paced sets, absolutely. And so far, though, Ray proving to have the upper hand just a little bit, forcing Jonny to kind of take the space back and slow it down a little bit. But once Jonny does get a hit in right there, you see the power of Roy right there. Has the rush down, has the strong hits. Man, you hear every time you get the hill hit, you hear it.
It's a very satisfying noise, absolutely.
So for my ASMR fans out there, like, pick up Roy.
It's a great noise.
Absolutely. So pretty close so far. Does catch the dash attack, and the Din's Fire could be the jump right there. Gotta be careful, and there it is. Ray taking the game one. We saw the Din's Fire clip the jump right there from Jonny, and from there, if you air dodge, you have to E a Zelda aerial. If you try to go to ledge, Ray covers it with the Phantom right there. So great awareness, great coverage, great showing so far, game one.
Yeah, and I actually, funny enough, it was Walt that told me this. Talking about the game, he's saying it's crazy how a lot of top players, their demeanor and the way they play changes once they see that jump gone. Like, they just go straight for the kill. The blood's in the water. And I mean, I think Ray, once Ray felt that jump go after that Din's Fire catch it, he was just all in on securing that stock out, and it got him the game win. So
yeah, absolutely. Gonna run it back. Yep, absolutely. Just going to run it back, same stage, same character. Again, kind of just getting information, right? That's kind of the beauty of the best of fives as well, is you're able to kind of just, download as much as you can. Even if you do lose, you're able to kind of, take this information, try to adapt, try to, take one back for sure.
So. Oh, for sure. And we're 2 for 2 on going to game 5s in these best of 5s we've had on stream so far. So definitely, I think these two definitely could go the distance if it works out that way. And again, I think it's just all on it's on Jonny, I think, to be able to effectively break that. His jabs were a little bit weren't as quite as crisp as they were. We got the jab to side B, but these early stocks is really how it's going to work, and these pool noodle hits from Roy, so aggravating.
Couple situations right there where you should get the stock, but does get the slowdown right there. Stalls the hits a little bit just to make sure the spacing is nice and pristine. He gets that first stock regardless. So, and we see we see Jonny going in with these like short hop nairs every time the Phantom isn't in play. Once the Phantom is in play, you see the full hop aerials, right? And the way he wants to land, right? Because you do, you run the risk of getting hit by the Phantom. You run the risk of getting hit by like Zelda Fair Lightning Kick. It's a big important factor in the matchup too. So.
Oh, kind of held off on that 4th hit just to see if he could pull something out of Ray. Ray not giving it to him, and just uses the elevator there to take him up top and get the stock in. Bit of a ground to make up, but definitely stocks are even. And Zelda, quite the explosive character, but Roy is the pinnacle of explosivity.
Absolutely. Gets that one jab, and it's literally just imagination off of that. Finds the fair off stage, and taking a pretty sizable lead. The first time in this set so far that we've had a kind of a big lead like this, right? Especially game 1, we just saw stocks fly back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So far, Jonny's going to want to keep this lead in order to take game number 2 and tie it up one apiece. So
Down tilt, that down tilt, I think, probably the greatest gift to Zelda at the tail end of this game here when they were patching is that buff to that move. I think it's definitely helped diversify her offense and give her a lot more confirms too.
Yeah, absolutely. Gets the Din's Fire to get some insurance to get back to the ledge. So far, though, catches the fair, though, and get off me, bro, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to, if you mix up that timing and mix up the placing of it, you're able to kind of get back right there. Tries to get the lightning kick to get Jonhy off and gets it once again. 116, though, this is definitely super scary situation right now. You know, a bear at the ledge, mid-range, right? Mid-stage could definitely be it. You know, the side B as well. Lots of kill options right now for Jonhy. He just needs to find it. And there gets the weak hit of the up air into the strong hit. Going to tie it up one apiece and, you know, was able to hold on to that second stock. Didn't let Ray get any momentum back.
For sure. Because normally when you have like a sizable lead like that, you do kind of want to, you know, in most situations you kind of want to air go and kind of give that breathing room and make the other person approach to you. But, I mean, Jonhy still kind of controlled the whole pace of that game, so even with the lead was still pressuring Ray, still kind of staying in that threat zone because I think he knows, you know, in that kind of ideal, more passive play style, Zelda's just gonna win that trade 90% of the time.
Absolutely. Gonna opt for a change in scenery right now. Similar platform layout, but a little bit different in stage size than Blast Zones, I believe. So going to the small battlefield. So far, though, once again, setting up these, like, you know, phantoms. I would like to see Ray try to kind of catch Jonhy in the flowchart. You know, like, okay, when Phantom's out, what do I do here? What do I do here? And I would like to see Ray maybe catch Jonhy, you know, kind of basically like throwing out, you know, rock in the double, you know, RPS situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is hard, especially with someone like Jonhy who's going to continue like exploring every level of that flowchart, really to find that one moment where you can effectively answer back. You know, because last thing you want to do is like burn a resource trying to like, oh, I can hit him here, and this happens.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. Finds the landing right there with the side B. Really good stuff. You know, a lot of Roymans, like, you can mix up the timing for sure. You know, I feel like they do it just to see if they're like in the right. I'm assuming they're in the right spacing. But so far though, Jonhy, you know, pretty good showing so far. You know, kind of bringing it back. We saw Ray take game one, and Jonhy so far is kind of just, you know, he's kind of going off right now. I'm not gonna lie. So.
Good DI there by Jonhy too to avoid that. I mean, still gets back thrown, but. So I guess, you know, all means to an end, but only 35% now for Ray. I think, you know, all depends on if he can keep going tit for tat here with Jonhy, not letting him kind of get that early open up that he got on that second game.
Yeah, absolutely. So far right now, regardless though, you know, pretty close so far. You know, right now there's no like crazy lead. You know, Ray kind of slowly but surely just crawling back, and again gets the Phantom placement. And you kind of have to, you know, be careful if you're Jonhy, forced to kind of just stay at the ledge right there. But finally gets the Jair that we've talked about all set so far. Hasn't been able to get it, but finally finds it right there. Really good stuff. Yeah,
great. And that was off a great tech read too. Read the tech roll out there by Ray, put him right in the prime spot to get Jared, and caught the stock for it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh. But you got to be a little bit careful on Zelda's shield right there. Gets the up B. And again, a lot closer this time around. You know, we don't see the big lead that we saw from Jonhy game 2 so far. You know, he's getting a lot of good mileage off of these Phantoms just because, you know, you're forced to kind of stay on the platform or stay at ledge, or you get hit and then you have to deal with the ledge trapping, which, you know, obviously like you don't want to deal with. And even if you do get past the wall at best, you usually just have to reset the situation. So
yeah, absolutely. And again, Ray just kept finding himself getting backed off more and more. The game lying to us there with that final screen. Zelda's still kicking for the time being.
Yeah, false finish right there. Tried to get a little bit cute with it, right? Not going to do it right there. However, though, we do get the sour spot of the lightning kick right there. And then Jonhy says, you know what? You get the sour spot, but I'm going to get the sweet spot of my Jair and going to take a 2-1 lead over Ray.
Right, and I mean, that's just the risk to a move like lightning kick, right? You know, it's when it works, it's the best move in the game, but when it's not, fortunately puts yourself in. It's a very unsafe sour spot, so just puts you in compromising situations like that. But I think it was definitely back and forth. I think Ray even motioned for a run it back as well, so we're probably just going to go right on back to small battlefield for game number 4. Set point for Jonhy, able to move into winner's quarters with a victory here, I believe.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Something that I would like to see maybe Ray change up a little bit is maybe try to take a little bit more initiative in changing the pace of the match to where you're not dealing with Roy in your face. You're dealing with spacing Roy out a lot more and forcing him to slow down a little bit, just because of how aggressive and oppressive Roy can be.
Right. I mean, and Roy's just a very good pace setter too. I think because he wants to constantly be in your face and be up front of you with these boxes, he kind of forces you to play at a more manic state or you know, at a faster tempo. And sometimes that's just not the game you want to play, you know.
Yeah.
Especially against somebody like Roy, who can just continue that pace and probably pull it off better than your character can.
Absolutely, absolutely. Uses the Phantom a little bit too early right there, not able to get an actual proper ledge trap, giving Jonhy the opportunity to kind of come back and reset the situation. Even with the up B though, catches the up smash, or the forward smash, you know, caught lacking just a little bit, but not able to get the kill and kind of puts himself in a ledge trap situation, you know, the inverse actually, so.
I mean, Ray has been very good with these recoveries for the most part so far. I mean, a lot of the mix-ups, right? He's constantly changing between going above ledge, below ledge, whether he's holding down to, you know, extend the box or not. But I don't know. It is unfortunate it didn't result in a stock here because Jonny's just kind of tacking on the damage here.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We saw that. I mean, a lot of extra credit right now from Jonny. Gets a hot 52% and counting. Ray's already in Cooperson again.
Like that?
Yeah, there it is. Absolutely. That's kind of crazy. You know, Jonny kind of showing, you know, exercising the, you know, both of these players, top tier of Texas, right? Jonny kind of showing a lot of great results so far, though, and, you know, showing why, you know, he's revered as one of the, you know, top players in Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I would for sure put Jonny in the top 10 conversation, if not even top. You know, kind of approaching that top 5 area where you start seeing the PGR players we have in the state. Ray, I would put maybe a few spots down, but definitely not far off. It's just hard. I think definitely for Zelda to consistently keep the Roy at bay, you know, consistently.
It's also hard to measure some. You know, it's hard to measure these situations. Okay, nice, great stuff right there. Yeah, it does get the Jer once again, and it's going to be a 3-1 victory for Jonny over Ray. But like I was saying earlier, right? You know, it's hard to measure, you know, who's better and who's, you know, and who's not.